There is absolutely no way this is happening again, and we still sit here and blame the manager Erik ten Hag. Guys, we need experience in this team. We seem to be having it, but we can't hold on to anything. How on earth did Manchester United lose that game? Concede 2 goals in added time like that in a game which we were dominating clearly. What is happening to Manchester United, guys? What's going on? Is it this a curse? I mean, we it looked honestly from the start of that game, even when we were trailing by 2 goals to nil, you felt like Man United was playing. We really played well across the game. The bad moments were when we lost the ball. We looked so open in the middle, same as Chelsea themselves. When they lost the ball, they looked very open in the middle. And you blame the referee a bit also for the penalty. For example, the penalty that Anthony considered, I thought it was too light. But all that aside, this was a game we were supposed to be winning. We fought, came from 2 goals down, lead 3-2, 8 minutes of added time, and we concede 2 goals to the same player. Well, the penalty, this boy is so brilliant with penalties. You can't take that away from him. But guys, how on earth did we concede the second goal from Palmer? The distance that was between him and Scott McTominay, the boy, you don't give such a young, talented player such acres of space. You keep it tight. That's how you manage a game of football. We had so many bodies right behind the ball, but we are not closing the gaps. Andre Onana was wide open. That deflection from Scott McTominay trying to block the ball shouldn't have happened in the first place. We should have closed in on Cole Palmer. We know how dangerous this boy is. So calm, so perfect with his shot. What was happening? Again, we lose, we sleep like that. This is exactly what we keep talking about, the inconsistency in this team. Played terribly against Brentford, plays so well against Chelsea. Because honestly, in all fairness, and I'm going to go into the player ratings in the videos, I thought Anthony had probably the best game, his best game in United jersey. He was so confident. I spoke about it earlier. I give credit to Erik ten Hag. He did the things he was supposed to do. Benched Marcus Rashford, brought on Anthony, who proved why he started ahead of everyone else, Ahmad and Mason Mount. I thought Anthony was always expressive. He was a threat. He was having shots on goal. He was animated. Second half, he was looking like Ian Robben. He's the reason why we were able to get that winning goal. That looked like a winning goal at the time when we took the lead with Garnacho's goal. Garnacho, so Anthony, I would actually give Anthony 7.5 or 8 out of 10. He was one of our better players. Garnacho, impeccable. 9 out of 10 probably. He thought he was done. Pulled him off. He has done his job. Erik ten Hag does the right thing, substitutes him off because he had scored 2 goals. He has done everything. He had won us the game. It's done. Just now you need your players to manage the game. It is not Erik ten Hag who's going to step on the pitch and manage the game for you. Your experienced players, you should know how to manage a game. What business was Diogo Dalot having pulling? You're going down, you've slipped and gone down, and you're pulling the player in the box in the dying minutes of the game. What's that? You don't spread your hand. That's experience, that's maturity, that's management. That's not on the manager. That's the players. Blame it on the players. That penalty that Cole Palmer, and it killed the entire tempo of the game. Players were now panicking. We started panicking entirely. Everyone was panicking. Then the shot that was taken, who was there to close the gap on Cole Palmer? How did he receive that ball alone? The minutes are gone. They are concentrating. That's when, by the way, the last minutes is when the ball possession shifted, because at the end of the game, Chelsea had better ball possession than Man United. Then Man United for the most part of the game was bossing possession. What is that? Andre Onana again has a brilliant game. I thought he was hugely credited for example for the goal by Bruno Fernandes. The way he restarted the ball, that quick restart with the throw, I think, to find who was it, who threw the ball to. Was it Bruno himself probably when he was picked the ball? So Onana continuing to prove himself, doing his things right, but being let down by the players ahead of him. I would give, by the way, even if he conceded 4 goals, you can't blame Onana for conceding those 2 penalties against such a smart player. Credit the penalty shooter. You can't blame the goalkeeper. I thought for the most part of the game for me, I would give Onana 7 out of 10. He was one again of our better players. Onana played well. The defense, all confused, all confused. And you can't blame the young boy Kambwala. When he came on, we had forced into changes. All our fit defenders had to play because Varane got injured. Then Johnny Evans comes in, he also gets injured, so he had to go to Kambwala, which I thought, for me, I was happy about it, because I think when these senior players are injured, we need to give these youngsters an opportunity. This is the time to give them an opportunity. So you can't blame Kambwala. Harry Maguire was trying to be all over the place. But for me, it's not even about individuals. I think it's just the team and how you fail to manage such a game of football. When you're leading, no one expected Man United to be leading this game. We could have settled for a draw. And you felt it. We had moments, we had patterns, we were playing well, we passed the ball, and you're thinking, is this the same Man United that could not put 3 passes together against Brentford? So what changed with this team? That's what I kept saying, that this team knows how to psych themselves up against the big teams. Against the small teams, they don't want to turn up. And you're thinking, what exactly is going on? And then you lose concentration. You just capitulate at the wrong time. The few minutes we had only 8 minutes to concentrate. 8 minutes, fam, and we considered 2 goals from the same player. One, a penalty that was stupid, given away stupidly. Dalot, you saw the guilt on him. This young boy does his part, does his job well, impeccably well. This Garnacho boy gets off the pitch. The players on the pitch fail to manage the game. Marcus Rashford comes off the bench. Well, he tried to track back a bit, but his decision making when we had the ball was wrong. And that's the thing. You will say some of these players are experienced, but they don't reason that they're experienced. What business are you having playing unnecessary long passes when we are leading the game with minutes to play? Hold up play. Stick, cling onto the ball. Buy a few minutes. Waste a few minutes with the ball. Anthony, you're trying to do step overs that you failed to do the entire season. Just because you had a few minutes of a good game, you think you can step over Kukurea, who was winning most of the battles, by the way, with Anthony. Just take the ball to the corner flag or to the byline and waste time a bit. And you see, that is how you manage a game. But you see, we have players who seem to be experienced, but they don't play like they are experienced. They look inexperienced. So I would give Bruno Fernandes had a moments where he was working well. Then he was on and off even through the game. Like his season has been inconsistent through the game. There are times when he looked good, then he was off. I would give him, I think, 6.5 out of 10. I would give him 6. Casemiro is done. Casemiro is done. This guy is like playing like a 40-year-old, too slow, beaten. He was always beaten by this young boy. Cole Palmer was always a step ahead of everyone else with his passes. He was Casemiro, for me, especially in the first half, he was completely off. I would give Casemiro perhaps 5.5 out of 10, one of our worst players, because whenever we lost the ball, we were back open in the middle. Whenever we lost the ball, we were so open. And it's the same with Chelsea. It's the same with Chelsea. And you're thinking, wow, this young boy Kobe, who again was playing so well for us, I would give him a 7 out of 10, was exposed in the middle. Always exposed. Because whenever we lost the ball, Casemiro was out of place. We were like this. So that's why all the goals, the impact they had came through the central axis. And we knew that's where they were going to come from, because that's where this boy wants to cut in and operate, this Cole Palmer. But we failed to deal with him. Are you going to blame the manager? Blame it on the players. Blame it on the players. Mason Mount comes on, has a bit of good work rate, of course, trying to run around and all, but it was negligible. He came in a little too late. For me, it takes us back to score. Now we've got Liverpool next. We thought we were winning this one. We've got Liverpool. What energy shall we have? This game is going to deflate all the players. Trust you me, honestly, I hate to say it, I will be shocked if we do anything against Liverpool, because this game is going to deflate everyone. The top 4 for me right now is looking gone because of poor decision making from players who should be experienced to manage the game. We cannot blame it on inexperience, because we had enough experience to understand how you need to manage a game like this. When you've got 8 minutes to play, you fought to come from behind. All credit. We played well, by the way, by and large. But game management in the last minutes of the game, that's where you're supposed to be most concentrated. You can't concede 2 goals like that. They'll look back at this game, and all these players will be disappointed in themselves, and they should go out there and apologize to the manager.